for me, as it gave me a wide dimension of electrical engineering subjects, and also how a relation between a student and teacher is there, and my technical knowledge have been even more advanced after that.
Yeah. So this is the fourth attempt.
Yes, sir.
For ESE engineering, you have mentioned
Yes,
in DIF. Even despite of this many failures, why you are particular about this ESE?
Sir, after my research, I've came to know that engineering service is best for electrical domain, and I have an interest in electrical subjects, as well as I will be using my management skills here. So this will serve both the purposes. That's it.
And you have given in order of preference as first one, Central Power Engineering Service Grade A, Electrical Engineering post.
Yes, sir.
So what is the reason? Is there any particular reason, and how you are going to justify that?
Sir, in coming years, India is having policy of zero carbon emission, and this will not be possible without use of renewable energy sources. And all the policies are made by Power Ministry, and I want to contribute in some of the policies towards the use of renewable energy sources, and that is why my keen interest is in this department.
So Santosh, please carry.
Hello Nilofer, how are you?
Sir, I'm good.
Okay. So as you are filled in the DA from one of your hobbies is about watching web series and the movies.
Yes, sir.
Which web series you are watched very recently?
Sir, Delhi Crime.
Delhi Crime.
Yes.
What is the content of the Delhi Crime?
Sir, it is a suspense thriller, and it is based on the murder mystery of old civilians.
Old civilians, Delhi Crime.
Yes, sir. Season 2.
Season 2.
Yes.
Okay. Season 1?
Season was for a Nirbhaya rape case.
Nirbhaya rape case.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea about the Nirbhaya Act?
Sir, it is something related to protection of women,
Okay.
but exactly I'm unable to recall.
Okay. Then what is OTT?
Over the top
Over the top.
platform. Yes, sir.
Means?
So means the supply is through the internet, through the wireless cable. So that's why it is known as over the top.
Okay. So you are watching Delhi Crimes in the OTT.
Yes,
There is
sir.
any censor in that one?
Sir, I have no idea about that.
Censor, any cutting of the scenes?
No, sir.
No.
I was unable to see that.
Okay. Do you support the censoring of the movies or otherwise web series in the OTT platform?
No, sir. And I'm not in the favor of censoring OTT platforms.
Why?
See, because it restricts the creativity of a creator, and this is not good for Indian cinema, because we have to compete with the international cinema. So, there should be some diversion, variations, as well as creativity involved. So that will be restricted due to the censorship.
Okay, you are hailed from the region of the Bastar,
Yes, sir.
and also your father working in the armed forces.
Yes, sir.
And I think you have idea about the Naxalism
Yes,
and
sir.
how the Bastar was impacted because of Naxalism.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the main issues going in the Bastar with respect to tribal peoples and the Naxals?
Sir, actually, there is a lot of theories that tribals are in support, or kind of they help Naxalism. But that is partial truth, because not all tribals help them. But yeah, this is one of the concerns regarding Naxalism, and they are deeply rooted with the civilians of the tribal area. So it is very difficult to distinguish them from the civilians.
Why the tribals are supporting?
So because of the land disputes, because they want their land rights, and second is the job vacant, like they are unable to get jobs, and there is this there is a drift between the government and tribal people, and this is what is beneficial for Naxalites, and this is how they are using it.
Okay. So, which tribes are living in this Bastar region?
So there are many tribes like Gond, Muria, Halba, Bir, and mostly like around 65% Gond tribe is there.
Okay. And what is Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav?
So it is a initiative Indian government for celebrating 75th independence.
Is it really achieved the India something in the last 75 years?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay.
Like we have deficient free area, like and 100% electrification. And there is also like we have policies till 2024. Every household will be having water supply.
Okay.
And right to education is also rightly implemented in India. So literacy rate is slowly but increasing in India. So these are the achievements of.
Any failures? What we need to do in the future?
So there are some failures, like a lot of population of India is under poverty line, which
Okay.
is a very serious threat. A lot of civilians are unable to have basic water or even food. Then there is also digital divide between the urban and rural area people, female feticides. So these are some issues, and I know that in coming time this all will be resolved very soon.
Okay. Do you have any idea about the INS Vikrant?
Yes, sir. It is recently commissioned in 2nd September 2022, and it is used for carrying aircrafts, and they are like also for landing and takeoff. And then Vikrant is a Sanskrit word which means courageous.
Courageous.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are worked 3 years for the Bharat Scouts. You are trained in Bharat Scouts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the age group of the entry into the Bharat Scouts?
So 10 to 17 years.
10 to 17 years.
Yes, sir.
What is the mission of the Bharat Scouts?
So to educate young people value-based education, to provide them value-based education and implement discipline in their life.
Okay. What is value-based education?
Value-based education means to educate them on like moral grounds, on ethical and moral grounds,
Okay.
apart from the technical or that.
Is it that
knowledge.
Indian education system is having the moral ethical grounds or not? No.
So not 100%.
Not 100%.
No, sir.
Why?
Sir, because like recently we have seen in COVID times also this online exams, and it was not a fair means, like according to me, because without attending schools or classes properly and then giving exams, that is not a good example. So this is not ethical according to me. So this is one example.
Okay. Thank you, Nilafar. Thomas sir will continue.
Okay, Miss Nilofar Khan, how are
Yes,
you feeling today?
Sir, I'm fine.
Okay. Now, before I go to some technical questions, being a woman, now how you justify taking a role in IES, and in future would you continue to be in this job, or would you be ready to get transferred anywhere?
Yes, sir. I'll be waiting for any opportunity coming my way. And there are many examples that women have proved themselves in different type of fields, and they are just as equally talented as men. And as well as from childhood also, I've seen my mother working as a professional as well as managing house. So I can take some of their experiences and implement that in personal life also.
Good. So you are ready to join IES and anywhere post?
Yes, sir.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Now, tell me, what are your favorite subjects in electrical engineering?
Network theory, machine, power systems.
Okay. Now, in electrical circuits or networks, what is time constant and what is its significance?
So time constant is time required to reach 68% of steady state, and it tells us how fastly a system reaches the steady state. We can define systems according to the time response. Like if a system is having less time response, that is, it is having a high speed or high frequency. So that is the importance.
So in real-time design, you would insist to have less time constant or more?
Less time constant.
Okay. Now you know about resonance. What is electrical resonance?
Yes, sir. Electrical resonance is a condition when inductive effect is equal to capacitive effect.
Okay. Then can you tell me any application of parallel resonance
Parallel.
or any application of resonance phenomena?
Sir, oscillators.
Okay.
We use in oscillators.
Okay. What equality factor in resonance then?
So quality factor is a ratio of how much energy absorbed and to the how much energy is dissipated in resistor.
Okay. What is the quality factor of ideal inductor or ideal capacitor?
Sir, it is infinity.
Infinity.
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me, what is about tank circuit? Did you hear of something called tank circuit?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is its operation?
So tank circuit operates on the principle of resonance, and inductor and capacitor are present, and they oscillate their energy from magnetic effect of inductor is converted into the electrostatic effect of capacitor in that way.
So, will there be any losses in ideal tank?
So if it is ideal and resistance is absent, so I think there will be no losses.
Good. Now tell me, which theorem in electrical networks is also valid for any non-linear element or network?
Teligence theorem.
What is that statement?
So that total sum of power in an electrical network is 0.
Now, you know methods of analysis while solving any circuit or network. What are the
Yes,
methods
sir.
of analysis you know?
So mesh analysis, nodal analysis.
Now, which you prefer? Is mesh faster or nodal faster? Which you prefer?
So depending about the number of nodes and branches, then we have a formula, and according to the formula, whichever gives us the less equations, that is fast.
Good. Now tell me, what is BJT?
So bipolar junction transistor.
How a BJT acts as a switch as well as amplifier? How do you control to make it to work as a switch as an amplifier?
Sir, basically the parameter that we control is base current. Like if base current is 0, around 0, then it is in cutoff region, and it is very high, then it is in saturation region. So it is like on and off switch. And then if base current is around the quiescent point, that load point we say, then it is in active region.
Then how as an amplifier?
Amplifier means in active region, then it acts as an amplifier.
How we make a device to operate in active region?
Sir, in active region, base emitter junction should be forward biased and base collector junction should be reverse biased.
Okay. Yes, sir. I am done.
Okay, Mr. Rajendra, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Hello, Ms. Khan. Tell me something about the signal level devices and the power level devices.
So, signal level devices are used for low voltage and low current ratings, and power level are used for high voltage and high current ratings.
Okay. In order to increase the voltage blocking capacity, that is the breakdown voltage of a device, what
Yes.
the constructional difference we are doing?
In power level device, we use an extra N- layer.
Okay. So if I replace that N- layer with a P- layer, whether my device will be able to block the high voltage?
Yes, sir, it will be able to block the high voltage.
Then in practical case, why we are not preferring the P- layer?
So because in forward connection there will be a problem of resistance, high resistance, and it will be means high losses.
Okay.
So that's why we do not use. And there is also issue with the mobility. Mobility of means mobility of holes is less than mobility of electrons. So that's why we use N- layer.
Okay. So signal level devices are having comparatively very less current carrying capacity. It is
Yes,
hardly
sir.
in
Yes, sir.
microampere to the ampere,
Yes,
several
sir.
amperes. Okay. And power level devices are carrying the current till kiloampere.
Yes, sir.
So how we are increasing that current carrying capacity of a device? Means what is the constructional difference actually we are doing?
So current capacity can be increased. Like with current there is a problem of heat loss.
Okay.
So if we provide a heat sink, then there is a possibility, and that's it.
Okay. Whether the cross sectional area of your signal level device and a power device, both will be same or different?
So different.
Okay. In which case it will be more?
So for high current, we require large cross sectional area.
Right.
So that's why.
In rectifiers, which switch we are using?
Sir, in rectifier, uncontrolled rectifier we use diodes,
Okay.
and for phase control rectifier we use thyristor SCR.
SCR.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Can we replace that SCR with the power BJT?
No, sir.
Why? What
So
will
because SCR is a bipolar device and
Okay.
BJT is a unipolar device, and in forward connection BJT will act normally, but in reverse it cannot block that high voltage and BJT will damage.
happen? Okay.
So that's why we cannot use.
Have you heard about the GTO?
Yes, sir.
What is the full form of GTO?
Gate turn off. Gate turn off thyristor.
Okay. Constructionally, both are SCR and GTO both are almost similar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But then also my SCRs are more popular. GTOs are not that much popular. What is the reason?
Sir, because for GTO we require, for turning off a GTO we require negative pulse,
Okay.
and that high gate pulse is required, negative high gate. So that's why we do not use GTO.
Okay. In a three-phase inverters, we are having a 180-degree conduction mode and 120-degree conduction mode.
Yes, sir.
Right. So in a 180-degree conduction mode, what is the nature of phase voltage waveform?
It is a six-step waveform.
6-step waveform. Okay. And which harmonics are absent in that waveform?
6n plus minus 1. Like even harmonics are absent and triple N harmonics are absent.
Okay. So which is the most dominant harmonic in that case? Fifth
Like,
harmonic
yes,
is the
sir.
most dominant. Okay. And in a 180-degree conduction mode, line voltage waveform.
Yes, sir.
What is the nature of line voltage waveform?
Quasi square wave.
Quasi square wave. Okay. So what is the pulse width of that quasi square wave?
120 degree.
Okay. Which harmonics are absent in that waveform?
So same, even harmonics and triple N harmonics.
Even and triple N harmonics.
Yes.
Okay. In a transformer, we are using the soft magnetic material
Yes, sir.
in the transformer
Yes,
core.
sir.
Okay. Can we use the hard magnetic material?
No, sir. Because a hard magnetic material is having large hysteresis area, and coercivity and retentivity is also high. So magnetization, demagnetization is difficult. Secondly, due to large magnetic area, like hysteresis loss as well as eddy current losses are more.
Okay.
So we do not use hard magnetic material.
Okay. And in a pulse transformer, which core we use? Which material?
Ferrite materials.
Okay. Is it a hard or soft?
Soft.
Soft magnetic material. Okay. What is the condition for the maximum efficiency of a transformer?
Sir, for transformer, copper losses should be equal to iron losses.
Okay. Please tell me something about the voltage regulation in a transformer.
So voltage regulation is change in voltage from no load to full load, and it should be as low as possible.
Okay. In which type of the loads we are getting the maximum voltage regulation?
Leading loads.
Leading power factor loads.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me something about the conservator in a transformer.
Conservator is a small tank above the main transformer tank, and it is used for expansion of oil. It acts as a reservoir for oil expansion.
Okay. In a transformer, three-phase transformer, which type of connection is widely used or popular?
Delta star.
Delta star.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Will you please draw the circuit diagram of diode bridge rectifier? Consider
Yes.
the load is resistive. Okay. Diode bridge rectifier. Okay. Suppose my diodes are having the non-zero reverse recovery time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then whether it will affect on the output voltage waveform or
Yes,
the
sir.
overall output voltage, V0 average,
Yes, sir.
how it will affect?
Sir, because of TRR, there will be a delay during the on of diode.
Okay.
So there will be a reduction in the output voltage.
Okay. Whether it is having any relation with the supply frequency?
Yes, sir. If frequency increases, then there is more reduction in output voltage.
Okay. That's it from my side. Sir, over to you.
Okay, Ms. Khan. You told your interested subjects are like networks, power system, and machines.
Yes.
So let me ask some questions from electrical machines.
Yes.
So can you name what are the various types of electrical generators are there?
Electrical, sir, there are induction generator, synchronous generator, and then DC generators.
Okay. So among all these generators, which is very more popular?
So three-phase synchronous generator.
Three-phase synchronous generator. Why
Yes.
like that? What are the advantages of synchronous generators over other induction generator, and you told DC generator?
Synchronous generator is a constant speed device, and sir, I'm unable to recall.
Okay. And what are the types of synchronous generators are there?
So the mainly on the basis of rotor construction, there are two types: cylindrical rotor and salient pole rotor.
Where they are exactly used?
Cylindrical rotor are used for high speed applications, and salient poles are used for low speed applications.
Okay, why so?
So because in salient pole there is projected poles, and because of the centrifugal force it is unable to rotate in high speed, and there is no such problem with the cylindrical rotors, and cylindrical rotors the diameter is less and more axial length, and opposite happens with the salient pole, so that's why.
Okay. A synchronous generator, if you want to connect to the grid,
Yes, sir.
so what are the conditions that has to be satisfied?
So conditions are voltage, frequency and phase sequence should be same as the grid, the incoming synchronous generators.
If these conditions are not satisfied, what will happen?
Sir, if the conditions are not satisfied, there is a chance of circulating current, and which can damage the equipments.
Can you tell how the circulating currents are coming?
Sir, if there is a difference in voltage, and we have seen that due to the difference in voltage, there is a potential difference, and that is why there is a small amount of current generated. That is circulating current.
Okay, fine. If voltage is same, say magnitude of voltage of two systems are same.
Yes, sir.
If frequency difference is there, then can you tell how circulating currents will comes into picture?
Sorry, sir. I'm unable to recall.
No idea.
No, sir.
Fine. Coming to motors, induction motors and DC motors.
Yes, sir.
How can you select a motor? How you can choose a motor for a particular applications? Based on what exactly?
Torque, speed characteristics, and basically applications of how they are needed. We select by seeing the characteristics and applications, we select different motors.
For example, I need a motor for the application of traction.
Yes, sir.
What type of motors you can choose?
A DC series motor we can use for traction, and we can also use three-phase induction motor.
Nowadays, which motor is popular? Is it DC series motor or induction motors?
Induction motors.
Why?
Sir, induction motors are having excellent speed control. Speed control is good in induction motors. That's why we use induction motors. And also the self-starting property.
Okay. Can you draw the speed torque characteristics of induction motors?
Induction motor.
Yeah. Okay. So you have drawn for even generator operation also, generator mode.
Yes, sir.
What is the slip in the case of generating mode?
So negative slip,
Induction
from
generator.
0 to -1.
0 to -1, negative
Yes.
slip.
Yes, sir.
Also you have drawn for the another one braking operation.
Yes, sir. Okay.
What is the range of slip?
1 to 2.
1 to 2.
Yes, sir.
Can you get regenerative braking also? How can you get regenerative braking? What is regenerative braking first of all?
Sir, regenerative braking means in this process, induced EMF is greater than applied voltage and power flows in the backward direction. And this occurs usually during overhauling loads. We also used in railways also. When there is a slope in that cases, we use regenerative braking. Like power is given back to the supply.
Okay. And any other type of electric brakings are there? Can you name?
Yes, sir. Dynamic braking, rheostat braking, and third is this regenerative braking.
Dynamic?
Rheostat.
Both are same or both are different? Dynamic and rheostatic braking.
Yes, sir, they are same. Yes, and plugging. And yes, sir, another one is plugging, and then it is regenerative braking.
In plugging braking method,
Yes, sir.
so can you tell us what exactly happened in plugging? What we are going to do?
Sir, in plugging, we reverse the supply. The armature circuit terminals are connected in opposite manner. So, and current will be a summation of induced EMF as well as voltage, applied voltage.
So then current is very high now.
Yes, sir.
Because both voltages are adding.
Yes, sir.
And how you can limit that current?
Sir, by adding external resistance.
So you need to add some external
Yes,
resistance,
sir.
some braking resistance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. The future transportation is electric vehicles, no?
Yes, sir.
What are the advantage of electric vehicles over the diesel and petrol vehicles?
So firstly, diesel and petrol vehicles cause a lot of pollution, and electrical vehicles are comparatively they create less pollution. And secondly, these are conventional energy sources like diesel and petrol, and they are decreasing nowadays. So in place of electrical vehicle, we can use renewable energy sources. So yes, sir, this much.
What other advantages?
Efficiency.
So only you told that pollution point of view.
So,
Tell some more advantages.
efficiency of electrical vehicle will be more than diesel engines.
Okay.
That's it.
Then is there any the efficient the other point of view, that is then braking point of view, is there any advantages for electric vehicle?
So there is a possibility of regenerative braking in electrical vehicle, which is not possible in diesel or petrol engines.
In DC machines, the armature reaction.
Yes, sir.
So what is armature reaction?
Sir, it is the effect of armature field on main field. So it is a distorting effect of armature on main field flux.
What are the effects?
Sir, effects are basically magnetizing, depending on the power factor in this, magnetizing effect, demagnetizing effect, or cross magnetizing effect.
No, I'm talking about the DC generator. So where is the question of power factor there?
Sorry, sir.
And how you can reduce the effect of armature reaction in DC machines?
Under the main poles, we use compensating winding. So, and for interpolar region, we use interpole windings. And then by pole chamfering, pole slotting, or that's it.
Okay. Sir, anything you want to ask?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, tell me, Ms. Khan, now what is the total installed capacity of power generation in India?
402.3 gigawatts.
Gigawatts. And which state is generating more?
Sir, I don't know.
Okay. Now you know something about Ferranti effect?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So Ferranti effect is seen in power systems, and under light load conditions, when the generating capacity is more than the demand. or consumer. Then
But what it is exactly? What it is?
sir, it is increase of sending end voltage. Like sending end voltage is more than receiving end voltage is more than sending end voltage.
So what could it do, or what is the damage it can do to the system?
Ferranti effect. Sir, losses, reactive power loss will be there.
Receiving end voltage is more.
Yes.
So what is the effect of it? More voltage?
Insulation damage.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Khan, your interview is over. You can leave now.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.